Good morning. We are here, Mitch and Alejandro. And we are representing RE Mexico, RE Mexico, and we are here to talk about Cabo Costa.
Yeah, I mean, we spend a lot of time chatting about Cabo Costa, what we like about it, what distinguishes it from other places. And we thought maybe we'd sit down and actually do something in front of the camera.
Yeah, actually, I would like to start with that question because I think that's the main one. Why Cabo Costa in El Tezal when there is so much development around in El Tezal?
That's a really good question. I think for me, it starts with the aesthetics and the architectural design. You'll notice even from the highway or driving up to the development, it's different. Okay, a lot of developments in Tezal are rectangular boxes full of condominiums. There's nothing wrong with that. But as you drive here, you notice that the clusters of buildings, which are smaller, are built at different heights.
Yeah, I love
some of them have different floor levels. Some are 3, some are 4, some are 2. And it just gives a really nice aesthetic. When you drive in, the streets are winding, and that together with the really nice desert architecture and landscaping, of course, gives it the feel of a village.
I think that also helps a lot with the views because there is the levels, and that will help for the view not blocking one unit to another, you know? And you see that a lot here in El Tezal.
Exactly. There's a lot of developers people that are getting views blocked. There's developers that are blocking their own views. But here, by taking advantage of the topography, they were able to stagger the buildings and maximize the views from all the different buildings. You get more into the purchasing aspect of Cabo Costa. Why Cabo Costa? Another big advantage. We have units here that are ready to title and move in.
There's already a community here, right? And that proves that it works.
Yeah.
How have you seen like the people around here every time you come?
Well, I'm here quite often, and usually we see families by the pool, enjoying the amenities, which are 100% done and ready to be used. And there's a growing sense of community here. People are meeting each other, they're organizing, they're doing things, and this community really lends itself to that with the large pool, the fire pit in the social area. Over on this side, we've got
we have to come at the night to see the fire pit, right?
Yeah, well, we'll get some pictures of it.
Yeah, well, we're gonna take some picture at night.
Over here, we have a large, fully equipped kitchen.
Oh yeah,
that owners can take advantage of and use and do little events and things like that. So the sense of community is really strong. The people that are walking around here, they have smiles on their faces, which is always nice for us.
That helps a lot. Like we know that this place works. It really works as a community. I have also seen people that come here like for small vacations. They use it like for vacation. I can see like the people coming around maybe for a weekend, full week. They have really good areas in the pool. Like we can see the pool is divided by different areas, right? You can put the camastros in one place. You have like a kind of little bank over on the other side. And you also have the pool bar over here, right?
Exactly. The swim up bar at this end.
Bar.
And the pool, I mean, I walked it off. It's over 100 feet long, and there are different areas, different depths. Yeah. So it's a pool that lends itself to just relaxing, chilling, have a great time. You mentioned renters. There are owners that are renting their units out, both full time and for vacation rental, and it has proven to be a very rentable development. So they're excited about that as well.
There is already some numbers about the renting income, and it's good, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Talking a little bit more about the amenities. It's not only a beautiful infinity pool, but it is a heated pool. They have this big machine room with Hayward is the brand, right?
They're Hayward pool heaters. There's 2 of them. They're very large, and that's important. January and February here, you're going to want a heated pool, in my humble opinion. Having done it both ways.
I actually love that about Los Cabos, that you have both climates, like it can get like beach days, but also like kind of fresh days, cold days.
The nights are cool in the wintertime. So it's nice to have that amenity as well, because not everything, especially in this price range, not all the pools are heated, believe me.
We also have the co-working space, which it has like 4 stations, really spacious, really nice place. It's over there. So you have like this view.
Co-working with an ocean view.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's beautiful. And it's the same for the gym. The gym is really well equipped. All is brand new. They have 6 stations for aerobic exercises, bicycles, elliptic, all the rest of the equipment, the big machines. you
Yeah,
know?
the big universal type machine.
Exactly. So you can go for a run indoors, but watching the ocean. That's beautiful, right?
Exactly.
What do you think about the development in general? How has it been going through the years? We know there is a phase 1 and a phase 2. What do you think about it?
We're sitting in phase 1 right now. And phase 1 is where we have the units that are ready to title and move in. It is an active construction site, but the way it was designed, they started from the west and are working their way east. So if you're living in one of the units right now, you're going to be aware that there's stuff going on, but you're not going to feel as much the construction going on.
And they're working right now. We can see the tower over there.
Yeah.
There's the noise, like it feels like you can be living here, and that's a whole other development, right?
There's activity, but you're not going and encounter it on a daily basis. Yeah. Okay, if you want to go look at it, it's there. Yeah. But it's not going to be on your drive on the way into your condo.
And they are really fast. I remember a couple of months, it was in Obra Gris, you know, one of the last buildings, and right now it's all painted, it's almost done. They're going really fast.
Yeah, they're working very well to finish up phase 1. Phase 2 is in a different, it started later. There aren't any units there that are ready for delivery.
Yeah.
But they've also got a lot of work going on up there.
But I think that they're building smart, because they trying to finish phase 1 and just starting phase 2. And some developers go like everything all at once, and then you have problems, right?
Exactly. And again, it goes back to the rectangular buildings. You can't deliver one unit until the entire building is done. Of course. Okay, here with the clusters, the advantage is that, like we said, there's people living here right now while they finish up the east end of the property. But most of the units here now are either completed or in the final phase of construction.
What if we want a bigger space than the condos? Condos are 2 bedrooms.
Condos are 2 bedrooms.
Yeah.
We also have on the very front row of the property villas of 4 and even 5 bedrooms. Now, what I love about what they did there, they're on the very front row towards the ocean, and they're only 2 levels with the exception of 1 building. What does that mean? Well, it means they sit lower than the buildings behind them. They're only 2 levels, so they will not block views of most of the units.
And they have 4 rooms, most of them, right?
4 bedrooms, and there are a few 5 bedrooms too.
Okay. What I like about the condos is that the first floor and the 4th floor, they have a plunge pool, right? So you have the space like a little garden. You can go out, you can prepare it as you want, have your little pool, or in the 4th floor, you have the rooftop with the plunge pool.
Exactly.
And it's really good because you have this amazing view from the top.
An incredible view, and it's a view that you're going to be able to enjoy for years and years and years.
Yeah. And then the villas, which are all the way to the front, they also have the view because they are just in front, but in a lower level.
Exactly. Right. The ocean's right in front of them. So yeah, it goes back to how well it's designed. I really like the way they built this place, designed it and built it.
What about someone wanting to come to see and to get to know Cabo Costa?
Well, if you want to come and see in person what we're talking about, because the truth is, my opinion is something you need to feel rather than just see. I mean, there's images and photos and videos, and that's all great. Yeah. But you need to come in, you need to drive through the gate, you need to go through the windy streets to really feel the atmosphere here. The first thing they want to do would be contact their trusted realtor. Okay. Hopefully you or me. Okay.
Mitch is the best.
And arrange a tour. Now, at this point, for example, if someone's here in town now, they want to, we'll give an in-person tour. We also have the ability to do a live video tour nowadays, which is pretty exciting.
You know what? We are going to have an open house the 26th of November this month. Exactly. If you are in town, you can come around, check the units, check the amenities.
Yeah, we'll have some refreshments, and several agents will be here, and you'll be able to look at a variety of different units, of all sizes. So yeah, November the 26th, it's going to be fun.
What about a little bit of El Tezal for the people that doesn't know it?
El Tezal, it's when people think of El Tezal nowadays, they think of growth, And of course, that means construction. There is a lot going on here. It's a great place to live. It's a great place to rent.
We live here.
Yeah, you live
Both
here.
of us.
I live here in
Yeah.
Tezal. You live here in Tezal.
Of course.
And also the convenience of living here. As it's grown, there have been additions of small shopping malls that include things like restaurants, gymnasiums. There's a Pilates place, which my wife loves.
In here.
A great variety. And, you know, here in Tezal, you can find everything from the best hot dog at the in front of what used to be the Friendly Market,
Yeah.
okay, to Italian, to you know, fine dining.
They have a really good birria.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I found a really good birria.
Where?
Just around Las Ventanas.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
I'll take
I love
you
me
there.
some video.
It's a
And
really
at
good
the
place.
same time, you know, very close. You're 8 to 10 minutes from downtown, the marina and the beaches. So you're close. And much closer than that, you know, just a few minutes, you've got an assortment of grocery stores, you've got Costco, you've got Home Depot. And what does that mean? Well, that means in your day-to-day, most of what you really need, you'll find here.
Yes.
You don't have to get on the highway. You don't have to do the loop. And you know, if you want to go downtown or to the marina, you're very close.
It's actually like two kind of mindsets, right? You can be here. You have the big supermarkets, Costco, 24-hour Soriana, and you have already some entertainment to take around here in El Tezal. But if you want to be going out, I really like to go to the East Cape on the weekends. I have the highway right here, and yeah, I can just go all the way to San Jose and then to the East Cape, and it's really fast to get out of here, you know?
You don't have to deal with a lot of traffic most of the time to get to San Jose, to get to the airport, and to get out to where you love to go surfing out there on the East Cape. And I mentioned this before, with all the growth in Tezal, you have construction that's in different phases.
Yes.
You of course have, you know, what we're looking over here, Tremonti, which has been finished for several years, Hermitage, a beautiful place. But you've also got a lot of developments that are either in their just starting or in various stages of completion. For some people, it's very important to know that when they make the purchase, they'll be able to take the keys and walk right in and get it furnished and ready to go, and that it will be titled.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes, of course, everybody wants the title in their hands.
Exactly. And that's something that the Cabo Costa can offer immediately. And in addition, and not everybody thinks of this, the contracts with CFE, the electric company, with UMSAPAS, the water company, are already in place.
That's a big check.
That's a big check. All of the units, all of the towers have their own cisterns, which will supply sufficient water for that particular building. And
I think it goes all the way to 120,000 liters per tower.
it can, yes.
Yeah.
Even the smaller ones, which are 60 to 80, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, that's plenty of water for the number of condominiums in each tower.
It is.
That's just an ease of mind type of thing. You know, that's just, okay, one less thing to check off, one more thing to check off the list that I don't have to worry about.
Of course.
Why do you live in Cabo? Why'd you come here?
Okay. I'm from Mazatlan. That's a 40 minutes flight from here. It's really close. Mazatlan is beautiful and it's growing a lot, you know. But we came here, well, actually I came here first with my friends, and we stay actually in El Tezal. We saw the area, we love the area. And my wife also came here with her friends. Then we came together and saw the area, scouted a little bit. We love it, you know, like there's a lot of surf. The beaches are just beautiful. You can think that there is a lot of party. There is if you want to look for it, of course. But actually, it's so big, so extended. You have like Cabo San Lucas here, San Jose all the way there, that there is so much to do, and the areas are so different. Like there's a lot of biodiversity, you know, you can do in this place. We love it so much. The desert landscape is just amazing. I think the East Cape plays a big role for me. I love it, and it's close by. And you can go to Todos Santos from here. I went yesterday to see a client. We had a great time and came back before the sun came down. It was a really good day. I think that, you know, it has a lot of things to do, especially if you love nature.
Those things you mentioned, we love too. My wife and I have a little girl. But I came from Cancun. I lived in Cancun for many, many years. I watched it grow. and it got to have the feel of a big city. And we had come to Cabo many times on vacation from Cancun, and decided in about 2012 that we wanted to live here and get back to kind of a smaller town feel, a smaller town vibe. And we did that, and we're very, very happy that we did. At the same time, like you mentioned, everybody loves their weekends, and every weekend we have plans. Might be to go to a local beach. It might be to head up to Todos Santos and make a day of it up there. We have friends there as well. It might be to head up to your favorite place, the East Cape.
Yes.
I don't surf, but I camp. And there's places up there that are just absolutely stunning.
I'm gonna bring a board for you the next time.
I'm going to introduce you to my sons. They all surf. But yeah, and those things that we're talking about, those are the same things that make Tezal and Cabo in general, and Tezal specifically, very good areas for rental income.
Yes.
Okay, all those people. I mean, who doesn't want to wake up with a cup of coffee on their terrace in January and February and watching whales jump right in front of their condo?
That's just beautiful.
It's a beautiful thing.
And it's a good place like to choose where you want to start your day, because I repeat, if you want to go to the party, you can go all the way over downtown and you're gonna get there. If you want to chill out that day, this is a great place to be.
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember, just to get a little bit into numbers, like if you come 2 people, it's like 1,500 pesos for one night around in El Tezal.
Oh. $80 a night, something like that. Yeah.
And if you come like with your family, 2 kids, 2 adults, it goes to 3,000 pesos.
3,000?
Yeah.
Okay.
3,000 pesos.
All right. So yeah, you're talking about well over $100, and that's. Would you say that's a type of rental income that people can expect here from a 2-bedroom?
I think it is.
It's realistic. I think so.
It's completely realistic, because this place is brand new. It has amazing amenities. So if you are planning in renting this place, this is going to be like one of the high-end places to rent, because it's new and it has this pool.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I think we're going to be looking at really good occupancy here, and pretty good rates, and it'll make it very very attractive. From that point, as an investment,
Of course.
and a return on that investment. I think it's well situated, well located. It's got all the amenities. It's the units have the things people look for. It's got the open concept, marble floors, the granite countertops, all those types of things that people look for.
And it doesn't look cold, it has a nice vibe to it.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
About this
Inside
place.
units are well designed. They feel cozy.
Yeah.
I think that's what I would say.
We're talking about the style. It's like modern Mediterranean.
When I look at it, that's what comes to mind. Modern Mediterranean. Okay. Now an architect might correct me and say, no, it's not, but that's what it makes me think of.
Yeah.
With the staggered heights of the buildings, and the windy streets, it just kind of feels that way
like
to
the
me.
color, the little terracotta color,
Terracotta, the earth tone colors.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like to me.
If you have any questions about Cabo Costa or want to make an appointment, just send us a message.
Exactly. You're going to have our contact.
We will be around. Guys, thank you for hearing us and staying this long. And any questions or any video you want us to make, we can do it.
Okay.
See you.
Thanks very much. Great idea, Alex. Bye now.
Sure.